problems, we gon' make a way. Got no coach on the field, but we making plays. Hey, look, don't worry, we gon' be okay. Hey, look, why? Cause we gon' make them pay.
Hey, we appreciate everybody tuning in. I'm the coach. That's Marley Bets. We're joined by picks from Dave and Moose Money Bets. And we're going to keep this show moving. And we're going to stay in the Pac-12. Go back to the Pac-12. Michigan State taking on Washington. This is a very interesting game. Let me get to these notes real quick. And I think we all agree Haynes King starting. It's hard to tell. He's trash, man. He's trash. They need to go ahead and put somebody in. They did have a kid from Bridgeland, which is a new high school out here on the north side, but he ended up transferring. Michigan State taking on Washington Huskies. I'm going to try this again. Michigan State, they're 2-0 on the year, 2-0 against the spread, taking on Washington State, who is also 2-0, 2-0 against the spread. Line open up in favor of Washington, -3.5, and there hasn't been any movement right now. The total open up at 54 right now, sitting at 56.5. Actual factuals real quick. For Michigan State, they're 5-1 against spread in the last 6 games. The unders hit 4 out of the last 5 games. They are 13-2 straight up in the last 15 games. The unders also hit 4 out of the last 6 games on the road. 2-11 against spread in the last 13 games against an opponent in the Pac-12 conference. 8-0 straight up in the last 8 games in the month of September. 16-4 straight up in the last 20 games in the played in week 3. Actual factuals for Washington: they're 5-11 against spread in the last 16 games. The overs hit 4 out of the last 5. They are 2-4 straight up in the last 6 games. 16-4 straight up in the last 20 games played in the month of September. 9-0 straight up in the last 9 games in week 3, and 4-2 against the spread in the last 6 games when played on a Saturday, and 2-6 against the spread in the last 8 games as an underdog. So, injuries for Michigan State: Henderson, the safety, he's questionable. Jaden Reed, wide receiver, he's questionable as well. Darius Snow, safety, he's out for the season, and Terry Lockett Jr., wide receiver, he is questionable as well. No injuries reported right now for Washington State. Michigan State's coming off a 52-0 victory against Akron, and Washington beat Portland State 52-6. So with that being said, picks from Dave. I'm gonna let you start off with this one. Do you have a play for this?
I know I'm going to sound, you're hitting all the games that we talked about that I don't have plays on. I'll tell you this. I am not impressed with either of these teams. I think people think Washington's going to be a lot better than they really are. I also think Michigan State's people are probably down on them where I'd be up on them normally. So I have Washington. I have this game in a pick 'em. I'm thinking about taking Michigan State or finding a way to. I'm just not super convinced, and I'm going to wait a couple weeks to go wide open with picking a lot. I'm going to be a little bit more selective and do 3 to 5 plays. Starting out the week. This almost made it, but I'm not quite there, just because Washington does. It was one of these teams again. It has one game a year where they piss in the punch, and this might be it. So I'm not. I'd lean Michigan State, but I'm not sold on that bet yet.
I got you. Marley Bets, what's your play?
Yeah, I'm kind of with Dave. I want to take, excuse me, Michigan State. Thorns, he's already thrown 3 interceptions. I haven't seen the game, but we're talking about Western Michigan and Akron. Like, what are you doing? And that's I'm also with Dave. While like I hear people are saying like Washington is supposed to be better than what they've been because of Penix Jr. transferring over and what they did at Indiana that 1 year before he hurt his knee. So you got that going, but neither one of these teams have played anybody. So I don't think we got a fair assessment, and that scares me. I do want to lean over but because of the offense and what Washington is going to try to do, but I don't know if that's going to work. So this is a game I'll probably live bet, so I can see kind of. I just have nothing to gauge either team off of because they haven't played anybody, so it makes it a hard cap. I would watch this live, maybe take the points with Michigan State with the 3.5. But I kind of feel like if Washington jumps out front early, I don't know if Michigan State has the firepower to come play from the deficit from behind. But again, it's kind of hard to say. Like, I don't know how good Michigan State's defense is because they played Western Michigan and Akron. So for what that's worth, this is kind of, for me, this is going to be a watch and see, so I can kind of gauge the teams going forward. I don't have a play.
Right. All right. Moose Money, do you have a play or any insight on this game?
Dude, ditto everything that guy just said. I mean, I think this is a very tough game to cap pre-flop, and it's a game that you can easily bet live and in-game. And that's exactly what I hopefully will be able to do, is be able to see the things that I hopefully will be able to pick up on, whether it's something in the trenches or if it's just – I mean, one of the things I do want to mention is Mel Tucker has a really good ability to game plan and adjust. He is very, very good at that. Even when he was at Colorado, he would have game plans for much better teams, and he'd have in-game adjustments that would keep the other offense and the other defense guessing while they were still struggling to get their points or whether they were trying to increase their lead. So that is one thing that should be mentioned, is Mel Tucker is a fantastic pre-game planner and an in-game adjuster.
Well, I'm going with the better coach, with the better team at this moment, and the tougher team at this moment. And I'm going mainly because I have faith in this defense, especially in the backfield, returning 4 out of 5 out of that 4-2-5 that they run, to be able to take care of business to this Washington team who's still getting used to the play calling and schemes in their program, returning 3 only on defense right now. Though the atmosphere is definitely similar to the Big 12, the 12th man in the Seattle Seahawks. But I'm riding with the tougher division, the tougher conference, the tougher team, the better coach, the more experienced defense. I'm riding with Michigan State plus the 3.5 as official play for myself. So we'll just see how that game goes.
Which way is the game going? Let's. I might jump on an official play too. I might do it right now. Is it? It's the line moved?
No. Let me see. Pull my nose back.
Actually, it has moved quite a bit from where it opened, but it opened obviously in like May or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Is it juiced? It's juiced to the – I don't like it. It's juiced to the hook. So if it was the other way, I'd do it. I'm going to wait. I'm this close.
Check it out. Look, we from the bottom, ain't no problems, we gon' make a way. Got no coach on the field, but we making plays. Hey, look, don't worry, we gon' be okay. Hey, look, why? Cause we gon' make them pay.